I wear are very, very popular. They will track your exercise throughout the day and keep you honest with some good follow-up. And 31% actually have various kinds of fitness and workout routines. So what Herbalife actually recommends are a number of things to consumers. We first of all recommend balanced nutrition. We balance eating regular meals, and we also recommend that they have good sleep and stay connected with their community. You know, sleep is often ignored in the overall healthy lifestyle area, but sleep replenishes your energy, it recharges your brain, and getting 6 to 8 hours of sleep, as we'll discuss, is extremely important. Having a community that you stay connected to, staying active through exercise is very, very important, and eating your meals at regular meal times and having balanced nutrition with our global nutrition philosophy that has 30% of protein and then 30% of healthy fats and 40% of healthy carbohydrates. So what is mental health? Well, mental health includes all of our emotional, psychological, and social well-being. It affects how we think, feel, and act. It also helps determine how we handle stress, relate to others, and make healthy or unhealthy choices about foods or other things in our life. Mental health is important at every stage of life, from childhood and adolescence through adulthood. And balanced nutrition and a healthy, active lifestyle actually supports mental health, as you will see. Now, stress is something we all have in our lives. Stress was originally evolved to help us evade a threat to our lives, such as a bear or another animal chasing us, and you run to safety. Then the acute stress is gone, now you relax. However, in our modern time, stress stays around. We have work stress on our computers all day. We have information overload. This leads to chronic stress. So stress happens in response to triggers that threaten you and interfere with normal thinking. And there are many of these in our modern lifestyle. Symptoms of stress include muscle tightening, rapid pulse, sweating, and dry mouth. Here on this slide, I've shown the difference between a normal brain, shown with the green arrows, in which the prefrontal cortex, the area of judgment and decision-making, is involved, and there's tight control of thoughts, emotions, and actions. However, when you're stressed, people say, I lost my mind. Well, they actually did. What happens is the thoughts go directly to action without thinking about the consequences. So you have weaker control of thoughts, emotions, and actions. Now, a balanced nutrition and healthy active lifestyle can help you reduce your stress and live a happier and healthier life. Now, exercise can help reduce stress. Regular exercise will not only help you better manage stress, but exercise also offers many other health and wellness benefits. Exercise delivers more oxygen and nutrients to the brain, and it boosts the release of many chemicals in the brain, some of which have been shown to improve mood and reduce anxiety. Balanced nutrition and exercise help to maintain brain health and reduce stress. Now, we developed our global nutrition philosophy of Herbalife Nutrition based on what your body needs. And we propose a new way of life, a journey that is based on balanced nutrition, regular activity, hydration, and rest with quality sleep. Every day, around the clock, each of these elements can help you achieve your best self. The combination of a personalized plan and a supportive community help make your world healthier and happier. One day at a time, your journey leads to a new and exciting, healthy, active lifestyle and the results you seek. As we look around this wheel, we see up to 30% protein, and we'll come back to that. That's not an accident. That's very carefully calculated to support your lean muscle and organ proteins. We suggest 40% healthy carbohydrates, and that is reducing refined carbohydrates and pure sugar, and being sure to get 25 to 40 grams of fiber every day. We recommend healthy fats with up to 30% fats, and here it's the type of fat that's important, reducing the hidden fats in the diet and increasing fish oils and omega-3. We also recommend vitamins and minerals, phytonutrients from fruits and vegetables, and of course, as I've discussed, exercise. Now let's start with protein. Protein is what is called a macronutrient, the largest substances in our diet, These are protein, fats, and carbohydrates. Among other functions, macronutrients provide calories or energy. But protein is special and it contributes to the growth of muscle mass. It commonly is found in animal products, though it's also present in other sources such as nuts and beans. Protein is an essential component of every cell in your body. You should aim to consume up to 30% of your daily calories from protein, which is about 1 gram per pound of lean body mass or 2 grams per kilogram of lean body mass. So where is the body protein in this lean body mass? Well, if you look at the body, you take away the fat, what's left over is the non-fat mass. And that is the lean body mass or fat-free mass. It is found in the muscle, in other internal organs, and in bone. Taking a closer look, it's found in the organs, found in your red blood cells. It's even found in your bones and your muscle, and of course in the skin, which is one of the largest organs in the body. The recommendation is to eat 1 gram per kilogram total body weight or 2 grams per kilogram lean body weight. Approximately 25% of the protein you eat goes to muscle. The rest goes to other lean mass in your body. Now, we often look at body mass index, which is weight over height squared, when we track the obesity epidemic around the world. And weight and height is very important. But two people, as shown on this slide, can have the very same weight and height, and yet have a different amount of body fat and burn different amounts of calories per day. So this gentleman has 140 pounds and 24% body fat. The other fellow is 140 pounds, but 36% body fat. The fellow who has less lean body mass, only 89.6 pounds versus 106 pounds, only burns 1,250 calories versus 1,489 calories. So each pound of lean body mass burns 14 calories. So it's very, very important to know the number of pounds of lean mass to calculate how many calories you burn per day, what diet you should be on in terms of calories, and how rapidly you will lose weight. Now, protein is not stored. Protein is constantly dynamic. It's digested into amino acids, and there are 21 common amino acids, as we'll discuss, and then those 21 amino acids are reassembled into all the useful proteins in your body, which are involved in all the cells and cell functions, and they're very much important for your muscle strength and shape. Now, here's all the different organs and cells in the body. What you can see is in some areas, like in the skin, protein turns over, that is, it's broken down and builds up every 10 to 30 days. In liver, 6 to 12 months. But in the muscle, as I'll show you, it is built up and broken down throughout the day, before and after meals, and with exercise. Now, when you're sleeping, you're not eating. And so the first meal of the day, breakfast, is the most important meal of the day, because during the night, you're breaking down protein from your muscle to form sugar to feed your brain and your red blood cells when you're not eating. In the morning, you have to refill that lost protein. What you can see here is many people eat a little bit of protein for breakfast, a little more for lunch, and a huge amount for dinner. On the other hand, if you move them evenly throughout the day, you'll have a better result. Now, our Formula One nutritional shake mix helps you do that. This is a delicious meal that provides an ideal balance of protein and nutrition, with 9 grams of high-quality protein. It contains vitamins A, C, and E, minerals, and fiber. It's low in calories and a good source of fiber, with 3 grams of fiber. Very importantly, it has a low glycemic index, or GI. This is a measurement of how rapidly sugar enters the blood. Because of the combination of protein and healthy carbohydrates, our Formula One nutritional shake has low GI. Now, there are many nutrients in the shake, and sometimes people will say, oh, you know, a shake's not real food, but it really is. Take a look at this. It has 3 grams of fiber, as much as a banana, 9 grams of protein, as much as 2 eggs, 15 milligrams of vitamin A, as much as a raw tomato, 9 milligrams of vitamin E, as much as 3 to 4 avocados, 2,540 international units of vitamin A, as much as a medium cooked carrot, 200 milligrams of calcium, as much as 2 cups of cottage cheese. So you can see our Formula One nutritional shake mix is a rich source of healthy nutrition. Now, there are many other products that we have. We have a personalized protein powder made of soy and whey protein. which makes you able to customize the amount of protein in your shake to meet your daily needs based on how much lean mass you have. We also have many different flavors because it's very important to keep it interesting. And of course, we have many recipes to make our shakes more and more delicious. Now, what's important about our protein is that it contains 9 essential amino acids. These 9 amino acids are like vitamins. Your body can't make them. While it can interchange other amino acids from the proteins you eat, these must be in the diet or you will become protein deficient and take them out of your muscle and lean body mass or other organs. Now, soy protein, which is in our shakes, is the most complete plant protein. What I mean by that is it has all of the healthy, essential, and non-essential amino acids. Now, milk protein, whey protein has that, and a combination of rice, quinoa, flax, and sesame protein can be combined to reach that same level. But as you can see, this first green bar, soy protein concentrate, is a perfect protein. The way the combinations work is they take many of these other proteins and combine them appropriately to make up for whatever amino acids are missing. And I liken this to a financial portfolio of different industries, where one industry may have one thing and another has another, and they merge. And that's what we do when we make a perfect protein. Now, muscle does not store protein. Here I am practicing my famous push-ups in the gym. And what you can see here is after you eat a meal, amino acid levels in the blood go up. The amino acids enter the muscle, and the muscle synthesis is increased. And then after the meal, again, now the amino acids in the bloodstream go down. They come out of the muscle into the bloodstream, and there's muscle breakdown. This happens throughout the day, so it's important to get the right amount of protein at every meal throughout the day. Exercise enhances the ability of your muscle cells to take up these amino acids, leading to a larger, stronger muscle fiber. And you get that by taking your protein, at least 20 grams within 30 minutes to 1 hour after exercise. And here's the data on that. The protein dose of 20 to 30 grams is very important. As you can see here, you get your maximum protein synthesis, both in young adults, shown in the green, and in older adults, shown in the blue. In addition to that, the timing is very important. Now, it turns out that throughout life, as you age, you lose muscle, especially if you're sedentary and you don't exercise. You lose between 3 and 10% every decade of your muscle. And many older people can't stand up from a chair. They're very unstable and can fall down. So exercise and protein can keep that from happening. The unhealthy aging is associated with a loss of the energy producing substances in your muscle called mitochondria. And here are some healthy mitochondria. You can see here the damaged mitochondria occur in sedentary muscle. And you can actually pass the disability threshold after age 60 if you don't exercise and eat enough protein. Now, as I mentioned, post-exercise shakes are very important. Exercise strains the muscle to set it up to absorb amino acids and build protein. A protein-rich shake with 20 grams or more of protein taken 30 minutes to 1 hour after exercise will help you build more muscle protein and strength. As you can see on the slide, after 60 minutes, the ability to absorb the amino acids goes down, so it's important to have these between 30 minutes and 1 hour. And carbohydrates, which are also in a shake, help the amino acids enter the muscle by stimulating the hormone insulin. And these amino acids build new muscle fiber proteins to help you reach your best personal shape. Now, exercise, as I've said, is very important. Regular moderate intensity exercise helps to maintain proper immune function, brain function, and health. Aim to exercise for at least 150 minutes a week at a moderate intensity. That's only 30 minutes a day. And you can always do that. You can even do 2 sessions of 15 minutes or 3 of 10 minutes. You get the same benefit. Now, one of the wonderful products we have is called Nightworks. It's a proprietary blend consisting of L-arginine, citrulline, taurine, lemon balm extract, and alpha-lipoic acid, as well as folic acid, vitamin C, and vitamin E. And what it does is it improves blood flow during exercise. Now, rest and sleep is extremely important. It represents a key part of our lives. It influences our emotional well-being, our ability to think, called cognitive functions, our daily performance, as well as our physical health. There is emerging evidence that chronic partial sleep loss might be more detrimental to immune function than short-term sleep loss. And here's a study from the University of California, San Francisco, that shows that when people are exposed to a common cold virus and they have less than 5 hours of sleep, they have a 45% chance of being infected. And this drops to 17% if they get more than 7 hours of sleep. So get sleep every night. In this era of pandemics and infectious diseases, it's very important to get adequate sleep as well as balanced nutrition and healthy active lifestyle. Now, what this has really changed nutrition science completely has been the discovery of the microbiome. My laboratory has been working on the microbiome for the last 10 years. And what you can see here on this area is that the microbiome has a role in digestion as well as in immune function and other areas. When you take in food, it goes to the stomach where the proteins are digested and then absorbed in the small intestine. But whatever is not absorbed by your intestine goes into the large colon where there are 14 trillion bacteria which ferment the food, leading to what are called postbiotics, which are then absorbed into the bloodstream, go throughout all the organs of the body, including the brain, and help with overall health. Now, we are mostly made of bacteria. It turns out the human genome is only 23,000 genes, while the human microbiome has over 1 million genes, and there are 1,000 species of bacteria in your gut microbiome. And they live in communities that cooperate with each other and change their genes around to form a personalized microbiome for you based on your genetics and the diet and lifestyle that you follow. So you are really largely a bacterial genome called the microbiome. So the microbiome has revolutionized nutrition science, as I said. It affects the immune system and metabolism of the foods you eat so that the foods you don't absorb are broken down by the microbiome. And it is an amazing entity. It's not only on our skin, but in our bodies. And the largest amount, of course, is in the colon where it ferments foods. Also, the immune system, 70% of the immune system is around the intestine where it interacts with your diet. And it's very, very important to your immune responses that you have a healthy diet. Now, we have a wonderful probiotic. It's a daily powder drink called Simply Probiotic, and this is made up of bacteria. But these bacteria have a coating on them, which helps to protect them almost like a space shuttle. It allows them to move through the acid of the stomach without being digested and deliver them all the way down to the large colon, to the fermenting area of the colon, where the temperature and the moisture, they suddenly will bloom like seeds in your backyard. No refrigeration is required. You take 1 serving per day, 1 scoop, and 30 servings per canister are contained in this small bottle. It contains 4 calories per scoop. There are no added flavors, colors, sugars, or sweeteners, so you can mix this almost with anything, and it's a very, very easy thing to obtain for a healthy gut. We also have refreshing Herbal Aloe instant drink mix, and these come in 0 to 2 calories. Our aloe, we're the largest supplier of aloe, and this aloe is fantastic. There's a mango flavor, and then we also have our instant powder mix herbal tea concentrate, which provides energy, natural caffeine. We have our original flavor and also apple chamomile flavor. These have only 5 calories, and you only need to use a half a teaspoon to get a great energizing drink. Now, you should all be very proud to be working with Herbalife. Those of you who are in the company, and for the media, I would like you to know that Herbalife is #1 in the world in meal replacements and protein supplements combined, and #1 in the world in weight management and well-being. And I am so privileged to have been with Herbalife for the last 18 years. As a consultant, I'm a professor emeritus at the University of California, Los Angeles. I'm still active in research and teaching, but I am most proud of the fact that Herbalife Nutrition has allowed me to expose the message of healthy, active lifestyle and balanced nutrition throughout the world. So thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Heber. A lot of good reminders, especially now that we're in the holiday season. It's best to still do our best to eat right and stay active, of course. At this point, I'm sure some of the media partners here are still very curious to know more about the topic. So I will open the floor for question and answer. May I call on Sir Rocky Batara, to ask the first question. Sir Rocky,
Hello.
hi.
Hello. I'm just opening my camera. Hello.
Hello?
We can hear you.
Yes. Okay. Let's wait. Hello. First of all, congratulations for a very informative presentation. We'll learn a lot from this. So my question goes, can the amount of sleep be used as a predictor of mental well-being?
Yes, absolutely. When people don't get enough sleep,
Yes.
there's a hormone that comes from the stomach called ghrelin, which makes them hungry throughout the next day.
Yeah.
So it turns out that poor sleep is associated with overweight and obesity. And I've experienced it myself when I fly around the world. If I'm jet lagged, the next day I'm very tired and I'm constantly eating to try to energize myself. And of course, over a long period of time, that would lead to weight gain.
Okay. So, a quick follow-up on that. How about for a night shifter, since all of us is working on the night shift and sleep during the
Absolutely.
morning? Did we affect our mental well-being, especially when we are
Well,
working?
very interesting that you say that. You know, I've had many patients who are night shift workers.
Right.
And what you have to do, you have to move the clock around so that you have your meals at the right times throughout the 24-hour period. And the problem is often when the night shift worker comes home in the morning, he wants to get another day of living around and getting chores done during that next day. And that's where they get really tired. So you have to plan in your 6 to 8 hours of sleep after you come home. Even though there's a sunshine outside, you pull down the shades and go to sleep, make it dark, because darkness actually stimulates sleep through the production of melatonin from the pineal gland in the brain. So you have to make it dark. Whenever you're taking a nap during the day, if you're tired, either put on a mask or be in a very dark room, because it's very important not to have light, because that will just, including the iPhone or the smartphone, you don't want to be using that at all.
Okay, so that's all for me, and thank you.
Thank you. Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Sir Rocky. For the next question, Ms. Jessica has requested that I ask it. Is juicing really healthier than making smoothies?
Well, juices are really made just from the fruits and vegetables, and they're good for you, but they don't have enough protein. So what we do, we start with the base of our Formula One, and then our head of nutrition training, Susan Bowerman, has over 100 recipes where you can add in different fruits and vegetables. And I myself, personally, I love to put frozen berries in my shake in the morning. And I've been doing the same shake for 18 years. I'm very boring. I have the same exact shake, which I use Formula One, the protein performance powder, and then I put in frozen berries and put it in a little blender, and I'm ready to go in just a few minutes. It gives you great control over your nutrition because it's so convenient. If I have an early airplane flight, I can make it without waking the family, and it's just wonderful.
That's a nice tip, Dr. Haber. I'll add that one. Okay. So for our next question, may I call on Ms. Annabelle Serrara of Net 25?
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
My question is, can exercise help with depression?
Oh, absolutely. Exercise actually releases a hormone called endorphin in the brain, which is a natural form of morphine. It's made in the brain all over. It kind of bathes the whole brain, and it's released during exercise. As a matter of fact, the long-distance runners used to call exercise the runner's high. And it's almost like a drug high. That it really makes you feel great. And people get addicted to exercise. I call it the only healthy addiction, because if you miss your exercise session, you're often more depressed. And actually, it's a great stress reducer. It increases blood flow to the brain. And my daughter, personally, she does yoga to relax herself. So you can do yoga, Pilates, walking, running, swimming, anything you find convenient. And it's a great way to reduce depression and actually Physicians, even those who use drugs for depression, also recommend exercise along with it and a healthy diet.
Thank you so much.
Sure, you're welcome.
For our next question, may I call on Gabriel Diaz? Hi, Gabriel. Is he there? There. Is he there? Okay, I'll get back to you. May I call on Sir Manolo Pedralbes first?
Hi.
Hi, sir.
Hi. Hi, Doc. Wait a minute. There you go. I'm a 60-something, obviously. I'm really But then, for us 60-somethings, what would you think would be the best, we've been talking about proteins, best exercise for us while maintaining our shape?
Well, I happen to believe a combination of aerobic exercise and weight-bearing exercise. You won't believe it. I'm actually 73 years old, so I'm a little bit ahead of you. And I work out 3 days a week with my exercise, my cable machines. I walk on the treadmill. I do about a 45-minute session, starting with rolling and stretching, and then I do my weights, and I do different parts of the body. So you do lower body. Don't forget the lower body as well as the upper body. And wonderful exercise. And we have so much knowledge and materials on exercise through Herbalife Nutrition. You can get a lot of it for free right off of the internet.
Okay, there's a follow-up question to that because I do walking. I do walking before taking my breakfast. Is that advisable? What I mean is maybe a 15-20 minute walk, then rest, then breakfast. Is it advisable for my age, for example? Because they say there have been studies that there are benefits to that. You exercise before you have breakfast.
You know, all exercise is beneficial, and walking can help to raise the heart rate. You should walk at a rate where you can be through a conversation, but a brisk walk, is a great thing. And before breakfast is fine. I wouldn't recommend a very long distance run because you have limited amounts of carbohydrate in your muscle that you would get very tired. But a walk is great. I would also add to that, though, some resistance exercise, either with stretchy bands, Pilates, weight machines, something to build the muscle. You have to strain the muscle in order to build it up, and then you have to give it the right amount of protein within 30 minutes to 1 hour after exercise, so those amino acids will be absorbed in the muscle and stimulate the protein to grow, which will make the muscles stronger and give you a better shape with less body fat, because muscle burns more calories than fat. Fat's just there to store calories. Muscle burns calories. Even when you're shifting your weight, standing around, you're burning about 50 calories per hour.
Thank you very much, Doc.
Thank you. Very nice questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Sir Manolo. The next one would be Sir Rory Visco from Business Mirror. Hi, Sir Rory.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, Doctor. Hello, Dr. Herbal. Hello. Yes. Good morning. Good morning here from the Philippines.
Good morning.
My question is for people like me who have very tight work schedules. How much time do you think I should allot in terms of hours or minutes per day with regard to physical activity, to get things going, etc., etc.?
I would say 30 minutes to 1 hour is enough. And I always say to people that you should really try to give it an hour, 45 minutes to an hour. And you know what I do? I put on music. I have a special clothes I wear. I have a sports drink that I drink. I make in my mind that I'm on vacation in a luxury hotel. So I'm basically having a whole thing about making exercise fun. Once you get over the initial discomfort, exercise actually becomes a habit that you look forward to. And you'll start seeing results in your body right away. Now, exercise by itself does not cause weight loss. But if you take the protein shakes and exercise at the right times throughout the day, you will start to see results in as little as 12 weeks.
All right.
And you'll start getting a better body shape.
Yeah. I'll take that into consideration. I'll do that. Thank you very much.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Sure. You're welcome.
Thank you, Sir Rory. I have a question from Sir Dave. He cannot turn on his webcam. First of all, good morning, Dr. Heber. I'd like to ask what happens to the body when you oversleep. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Second
When you
question.
oversleep?
Yeah, when you oversleep.
Not really. I mean, I think that obviously your body is telling you didn't get enough sleep in the past 2 days. So you should sleep the right amount. However, if you're sleeping all day long because you're depressed, that's another matter. But I think 6 to 8 hours of sleep is the perfect amount. Try to go to sleep at the same time every night. Have a pre-sleep routine. You don't eat anything for 3 hours before sleep. Don't study too hard or work too hard for 2 hours before sleep. And for 1 hour before sleep, turn off all your screens and TVs and read a book or do something very relaxing. Listen to music. Get yourself in the mood to sleep.
So it's not necessarily a bad thing to oversleep. All right, thank you for that question. May I call on Ms. Loida Manuel for the next question? Ms. Loida.
Hi, good morning, doctor.
Good morning.
Yes, with the holiday season just around the corner, as we all know, food, especially sweet stuff, is like a part of it. How do you suggest, or can you give us some pointers on how we can curb our sweet cravings?
Yeah, well, sweet cravings are interesting. They are very similar to anything related to stress. So what happens when you eat a sweet, you raise the dopamine level in your brain. It's actually the same center where drugs of abuse like cocaine are also located, that same exact center. So sugar, throughout human evolution, was available in very small amounts in fruits, and it's surrounded by fiber and water. Starting about the year 1700, around the world, sugar became very, very popular. And today, it's hidden in many, many foods. There are 61 names for sugar on the food labels, and many just to hide the fact that there's sugar there. And so sugar you'll find in places you've never imagined before. Ketchup, hamburger buns, all kinds of places. And then, of course, in the holiday season, they make all these wonderful treats, cookies, cakes, pastries, etc. So what I do is, look, if I have to go to an office party or a formal function, I will stay outside the group. I'll have a glass of carbonated water with a little bit of lime, find a very boring person in the group, and talk to them until the party is over. And then you can leave without gaining any weight, okay? And then if you're with your family, of course, you're going to have a little slice of pie or something. Just make it moderate and don't binge eat and don't keep open boxes of cookies and cakes around the house and just eat in front of the television is a very bad thing. So you want to just monitor it and try to have fruits as a snack when you're not hungry.
All right, that's all. Thank you very much, Doc.
Sure, thank you.
Thank you. For our last question, may I call on Justin Adrales?
Hello.
Hello.
Good morning. This is my question. Is it better to eat raw vegetable to get the maximum nutrients?
No, it turns out that vegetables, when they are raw, can often hang on to nutrients and be harder to digest. So I recommend having them slightly cooked, not boiled completely, but in many, many fruits and vegetables, like carrots, for example, a little bit of olive oil will help the absorption of the phytonutrients. Same thing is true for tomatoes. You want to cook them. You'll get more of what's called lycopene out of the tomato, and a little bit of healthy olive oil is a great way to increase the absorption. And so and things like, it's interesting, for things like broccoli, garlic, or onions, cooking them actually makes them less beneficial. A lot of people have garlic butter, which is not very sharp, whereas the raw garlic, the material in there is activated by crushing when you chew it. And the same thing is true for broccoli, asparagus, all kinds of horseradish. All of these things, they have this power to release a beneficial substance when you chew them. And this is a defense mechanism in the plant, but it turns out to be beneficial for us. So in general, I don't believe in the totally raw diet where you don't increase anything above 114 degrees or whatever. You do need to cook vegetables. It's a great way to make the nutrients more digestible.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you, Justin. Wow, we have a very quick session this morning. Those are all the questions that we have actually. So, Dr. Heber, do you have any final messages before we do our photo op with the media
Yes,
friends?
absolutely. I think that for everyone, a healthy life is very important. You're only given one life. You may as well live it to the highest quality. And that means balanced nutrition, healthy, active lifestyle, reducing stress, sleeping an active right amount, and not forgetting hydration. Our bodies are mostly water. Protein is the next most abundant substance. That's why Herbalife Nutrition concentrates on protein. So that's something we get that message out. Many people around the world have only 15% protein. We think they need 30%. And those proteins need to come from plants because they're better for you and better for the planet than meat proteins. So you can eat some meat, but have what we call a plant-based diet. And thank you all very much for your attention. It's been a pleasure to be with you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Heber. We hope that our media friends have learned a lot about nutrition, exercise, and mental well-being, especially during this holiday season. We need to stay healthy. Before we end the session, may I request for a quick group photo with Dr. Heber as our souvenir? Laika, can you help us take a photo? And may I ask our media partners to turn on their cameras and smile.
Hello everyone, please turn on your cameras po. Okay, ready? Smile. Okay, one more. Okay, smile po. Okay, thank you very much guys.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Dr. Heber.
Thank you, guys. Be well. We'll see you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.